Mr. Wiseman speaking. Now, today we'll be focusing on analytical geometry. Now, let's dive into the video to understand what analytical geometry is all about. Now, in analytical geometry, we have something which we call the distance formula. So, the distance formula give us the length. Okay, so whenever they ask for the length, just know that you are dealing with distance. Okay, now the distance formula tells us that square roots of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So all of this formula here, you're going to see the distance formula, you're going to see how it's going to help you. So all of this for this distance formula, you're going to see how it will help us finding the distance or the length. Now, when we deal with midpoint theorem, midpoint formula, okay, the midpoint formula, if we're finding the midpoints, okay, of a certain variable, let's say d, okay, what you're going to do, you're going to say x1 plus x2 all over 2. Now, this will give you the x value of d. Okay, when you say y1 plus y2 over 2, this gives you the y value of d. Okay, now that is the midpoint formula. Now, when we did this one, it's the inclination where your gradient is equal to 10 theta. This theta here, it's a degrees. So you're going to see when they give you a degrees, then they're telling you find the gradient of that line. You have to use this formula. Okay. Now for the gradient formula, this is the standard form for the gradient formula where you say y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Now when we come to gradient formula, okay, there are three types of gradients which you must know about. Now when we deal with parallel lines, let's say for example, okay, because you want to the lines are parallel, so you are not sure what will be the gradient. Let's say for example this blue one, okay, it's 3,0. This blue line 3,0, okay, and then here let's say it's 9,7, okay, 9,7. Now let's say the red one it's 0,2, while the on top here it's 6,9. Now when you have like this, okay, let's open our calculator. Let's see. Let's first start with the blue. Okay, so you open your calculator. You're going to say 7 minus 0 all over 6 all over 9 minus 3, which equals to 6. So we can see the gradient of this blue line is 7 over 6. Now let's try the blue one. The red one. Now the red one, it will be 9 minus 2 all over 6 minus 0, which gives us the same as 7 over 6. So when it comes to gradients of parallel lines, okay, just know that when the lines are parallel to each other, the gradients are equal. So when the lines are parallel to each other, the gradients are equal. Now let's go and deal when the lines are perpendicular. Perpendicular lines. A perpendicular lines makes a 90 degrees. Let's see. Now when we're dealing with a perpendicular line, let's first get our coordinates. Okay, the blue one, it's 0, comma 8. Okay, and then here it is 8, comma 0. Okay, while the red one, it is 0, comma 1. On top here it's 8, comma 9. Now let's see the gradients here. Okay, now we're going to open our calculator, pull it this way. So we have something like going to have something like 8 minus 0 all over 0 minus 8, which gives us negative 1. Okay, now let's see for that's the blue one now, the red one. The red one, it's 9 minus 1 all over 8 minus 0, okay, which is 1. Now, when it comes to perpendicular lines, okay, so this is what you're going to do. When it comes to perpendicular line, M, the gradient of red, let's call it R, times the gradient of blue. When you multiply both of them, it must give you an answer of negative 1. Now, the gradient of red, we had it as 1, okay? While the gradient of the blue one, we had it as negative 1. When 1 times negative 1 gives us an answer of negative 1. So therefore, these lines are perpendicular to each other. So parallel lines, the gradients are the same. Perpendicular lines, when you multiply both the gradients, it must give you negative 1. Now, for collinear lines, whatever gradient that is between A and B, it's the same gradient between A and C, which is the same gradient between B and C. So that's it about collinear. So if AB was 7 over, let's say 7 over 5, so BC will be 7 over 5, okay, while also AC will be 7 over 5. That's all for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to this video. Now that you have the knowledge that you require, it is time to go and shock your teacher. Thank you.